We've got
How you guys doing?
Michael Irvin with us.
Nice.
Oh, no, man, not new, man. Out the closet, somewhere in the corner of my closet. How you guys doing,
We're
man?
doing great. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing well, man. I'm looking forward to this Super Bowl. It's going to be epic. No matter which way this rolls, it's going to be epic because it's here. You know what I mean? So it's already epic before we step feet or step a toe on the real playing field.
And what a week! I was in Pasadena with my dad for your first Super Bowl win.
Oh yeah.
And we got you guys going. And you got Emmett next to us over here.
Yeah.
I talked to Troy a bunch of games when he was covering us doing the games, but like winning that first one, what was it like?
Nothing like
to where
it.
You're at now.
Nothing like it. Nothing like it. In all of life, we go through, and everybody wants to make everything tantamount to, equal to. Like, what was your second one like? What was your third one like? And everybody was as good as the first. Stop lying. Stop. No, it's not. Nothing's as good as the first. Because the first is the culmination of it all. All the hard work, all the long dreaming, all the doubt that you ever get here, and you finally get there, and you in that game, you win that game, you're like, oh my God. All the time as a kid, you lined up in your front yard, we're in the Super Bowl, down 5, you catch the touchdown. The first time is to your mind because it's been years and years in the making, and you just birthed that baby. It's to the mind. Second time is great. Third time is great, but none was like the first. Let me just give you.
How many should you have won that team?
7. No. Realistically, 7 if they had kept us all together for a while, and then later Jimmy broke off. We should have won easily 4 in a row. 4 in a row. Troy and I would go down and sit down and have a lunch or something, and it's not a time that we don't look at each other and say we should have won at least 4 or 5.
I had Ernie Zampese, Jack Riley,
won 4 or 5.
Jack Riley and Ernie would tell us a story like when Barry and that whole thing, and the way it all went down. And Troy had to run the meetings and all that.
Yeah, that thing got kind of crazy with Barry the first time around. Yeah. But that's just because it was just like anything else. A ripping had occurred when Jimmy left. That was a ripping. You can't bring two pieces of, give me a piece of paper, let me rip it apart, and you try to fit it back together. So the ripping was hard, and it took a toll on us that third year. And we lost that game in San Francisco in the championship game after spotting them 21 points on a pass interference that we should have got. We should have almost won 4 in a row even with Jimmy gone.
Yeah.
So, easily I have to go and say and tally that up. I could have won at least 5 or 6 with Jimmy.
When you said this game is going to be epic, it's going to be a great game. Isn't a big part of that it's Patrick Mahomes? This is such an exciting player.
It's
right? He
all
brings
the story.
all the eyeballs to this game because of him.
In the way he plays. We were just having a conversation. Well, I was just putting shows together because between interviews, I'm on the phone with other producers, putting shows together for myself. But the storylines in this is insane. It's incredible. Think about this. Andy Reid is insane. He's a incredible coach. 4 straight NFC Championship games, 5, 6 straight AFC Championship games. Right now, he had never won a Super Bowl, even though he had been in a Super Bowl before he got 1-5. It's the same story that right now Kyle Shanahan is going through. Kyle Shanahan's had some great teams, had some moments, and got teams here in the Super Bowl, but has never won it. Now, can Kyle Shanahan turn around and say, when you got your 1-5, you started winning Super Bowls, I got my 1-3, my time. You see, because Brock Purdy may be his quarterback. And can Patrick Mahomes is still and let Brock Purdy take this moment? Are you joking? That's going to be epic. I'm not just talking about in the build-up. I'm talking about in the actual things that transpire on the football field. It will be epic.
Our coach, Bill Belichick, won 6 of them. He is no longer with them. Why is he not the head coach of the Cowboys? And what's wrong with Dallas, Michael?
I wish he would.
I had to do it.
I wish he was. What's wrong with Dallas is Bill. And what I mean by that is you go back to that last game. they came out, and after the game, I heard people, if I had, boy, listen.
Huh. Did you see how pissed Jimmy was at halftime?
Don't even say that. I can't believe you just repeated it. How can you not be ready? What are you talking about? You not ready? How can your coach? How can the head coach come and say, "Well, we just wasn't what? What do you mean? What?" I was so pissed. Every team,
Jimmy was pissed. They all pissed.
Every team represented their city, represented their logo, represented their fans.
88 wore your number.
Every city, every team that was playing at home did it, except the team that deserved it the most recognizable team, the best fans in the world. Trust me, I know. I've tried their patience, giving them some great peaks and even some few valleys, you know what I mean? But they stayed there, and I just felt so bad for the fan base. Man, I'm going to tell you something. Dallas was so blue. When I left that L.A. to go home for a day, because I only get a day home sometimes, I was like, man, I got to get back out of Dallas. Everybody was so sad,
yeah.
and it's still lingering. So it's going to take something to get up out of that hole.
Because they know they have the talent. They've got the
And
players.
Belichick-
They've got the roster.
Right.
They've got the quarterback.
And let
They've
me
got all
tell you
those
the
pieces.
difference. And Belichick, what he does, we need. That's paying attention to details. 3rd and 3 in that last game. 3rd and 3, and you got a tight end over on the outside, and I got a cornerback 15 yards off the tight end. Why are we doing that? And they just dropped the ball out, easy first down. You were giving it up. I want a Bill Belichick to say, hey, we're going to press this tight end. If they're going to catch it and throw it down here, make it throw it down the field, make a more difficult throw. We're not just going to give them pitch and catch. It's those little things that add up to big things in the playoffs and certainly in the Super Bowl.
What we got with Mike?
Yeah, so we were talking to Warren Sapp yesterday about stunt, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
stunt.
And
He
we were
almost
also talking
beat up
to
our handler. He grabbed Warren, and Warren didn't like.
Yeah, one special. One's different. One's different. One's special now. But know this, Warren is Warren all the time. You just got to be able to handle who Warren is and stay your man. As long as you stay your man, it doesn't mean be ignorant or be aggressive, but just stay your man. He'll be the best dude in the world for you. Cause Warren, and then when you cool, he'll say, "Oh, you cool."
He was fine with me.
Oh, he was great with us.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now he is a different dude. And I try to tell him, I said, big fella, when you messing with people, I know you're laughing and joking, but you are a pretty big, dark dude.
He's intimidating.
Oh, you know
You
we
can be intimidated if you know what I mean.
You know we did ask him.
You know what I'm saying.
We did ask him about Alonzo Highsmith, who's going to the Patriots now. What are they getting in Alonzo Highsmith?
Listen, man, Zoe's such a great dude and great man that understands the game and understands talent. Let me tell you what you're getting. And I was with Mr. Kraft yesterday talking about Gerard Mayo, and when you talked about it, made me think about it even more. That combination working together is going to be crazy because they both think alike. Man, Zoe is such a hard worker. Alonzo Highsmith, one of the guys I looked up to as when I came into college as how do you learn how to work? It was Alonzo Highsmith talking about what it takes to be a champion, and he was everything at Columbus High. You remember coming in, defensive end, running back. I have watched Alonzo Highsmith, I swear God knows I'm not lying on everything I know. I have watched him make a defensive end. I won't even call that man name because he got kids, I'm sure. From Oklahoma, quit in a game, God. I promise you, God knows I'm not lying. He quit. Lonzo hit him so hard, the dude told him, Lonzo, man, please, I think you broke this shoulder. Can you hit me on this side? I promise you, he said that. We were in the huddle laughing. I said, man, break his shoulder. That's what you go do. Break his shoulder. It was this dude was epic, man. He's a monster. And Zoe with Gerard Mayo, I heard something as I'm listening to interviews, and I was talking about this with Mr. Kraft, what would make Gerard Mayo a great coach? Do that P team feel like they're getting more of Bill Belichick? And then what difference you think that's going to make if they're getting more of Bill Belichick and they probably wanted to need something different? And I said, I was thinking this until I heard an interview, and it was Matthew Judon. he was talking about Gerard Mayo, and he said this that I thought was fascinating because I'm looking for where's the difference. He said, let me tell you about Gerard. He's always been this way as a player and as a coach. He says when he comes to you, he always has something to look at, and he'll say, hey, now listen, I want you to know it doesn't matter who's wrong or right. It just matters that we see this the same way. Now, and he opens up a conversation with players like that. That's different from Bill Belichick.
Yeah, because it's all Bill.
Bill's going to say, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
My way, you don't get no discussion in it.
Oh,
but
right.
just that approach right there. You know what I'm talking about. That approach.
I'm Parcells 5 years, so he's same thing.
That you, and I had Jimmy.
One way to holler.
You ain't got no decision. You shut up and get in here. Don't
Jimmy and Bill are like that.
In this new
identical.
era, a player, they want a word in. They want a say in. And Gerard Mayo give them some say. Him and Alonzo together, that's going to be a dangerous combination.
And we were talking to Jonathan Jones, Patriots cornerback, here yesterday. He was saying something along those same lines. He said, I can deal with the old school. He goes, that's the way I was raised. He said, but I see in these younger guys
you gotta
on the roster, you got to treat them a little differently to bring them along.
Hey, you got to bring them along. And it is no, man, forget them. No, you need them. And it's like Jimmy used to always say to us, because he used to do these pre-practice speeches. And Troy and I, we were like, oh, Coach, we don't need this. We ready. We're going to go to practice. He said, man, I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking about the 53rd, 50th. I got to get them jokers going. I know y'all going to play. But them other jokers, if they don't go, if we all did.
I'm not worried about Aikman. I'm not worried about Emmett or Michael Irvin.
So he basically said, understand, you going to hear them damn speeches. Let's get to practice right now. You going to hear them pre-practice speeches.
All right, so tell us about Stunt. This is social media without all the other stuff.
Right. And
it's about sports and football and all that.
Say that again. Social media without all that other stuff. That's what it is. For me, a guy like me, you know how good that is, because I like when we talking about sports. It's sports and not all that other stuff. Since I had such a colorful yesterday, every time I hop on social media, I want to keep it this. They trying to take it to that. I'm like, leave that alone. We talking about this. But they always try to take it to something other than sports.
Taylor Swift. Too much Taylor Swift.
But right now, we can even take it to Taylor Swift. Because Taylor Swift has been sports. I can handle that. It's just when they take it to my old stuff that ain't got nothing to do with that no more. Then I'm like, can we get back to sports? Like, you know what I mean? But everything, and sports includes so much. That's so it's not just so narrow that you only talk football. You talk what's going on around the game.
Right.
Everything in the game.
Right.
Just like we do right here every day.
Right.
It was great seeing
Good
you.
stuff,
man.
man.
Talking to you. We thank you so much for being
Passion
here.
is crazy.
Absolutely,
you got it
brother.
down, man.
What's that?
I love seeing you. I love watching you on TV.
Well, I appreciate
love the energy,
that, man.
Love the
I
energy.
appreciate that. It is.
Some guys sit there and
boring.
boring.
And nobody
takes.
wants that. And
No.
let me tell you this too, dog. Get this real. You guys know because you're in the business. You can't just sit there and deliver information anymore. Everybody's not coming to you for information. They got all the information they need in these damn things we call a smartphone. You got to first try to entertain and then educate just to try to hold your audience. You
have
entertain.
always done that.